Hey guys, it's Charlene. Today I'm going to be showing you some tips for selective masking. I'm using several different products from Whimsy stamps. I have the Southern Cowbell stamps, and there you can see the matching die along with the Bless Your Heart word die. I've got the micro pattern stamps, the mini slim notch die, the wildflower grass stamps, as well as the stitches stamps. So I'm combining a bunch of different products here to make a really fun card. To start out, I am using the wildflower grass stamp, and this is a layering stamp. I did a video where I showed how you can make really gorgeous silhouette cards with this stamp set. Something else that you can do with this style of stamp set is that you can make layered grasses, which I really love. So I came in there with a darker green, and now I'm coming in with a medium toned green, and you can see as I layer those stamps on top of each other, it's creating variation in the grass. It's a really fun technique. It makes the grass look like it's real grass. And now I'm going to come in with an even lighter tone just to balance it all out. So I've got 3 different tones of grass. There's a light, a medium, and a dark green, and it's just creating this gorgeous field where you can just imagine a cow kind of hanging out in. At least I think so. And I'm just using some acrylic blocks to do this. I find that easiest when I am going to be stamping multiple times all over the place. And now I am taking the mini slim notch die, and I'm going to cut this out using my die cutting machine so that just the bottom of the grass is showing. And you can see I'm just trying to figure out there where I like the grass the best. So now I can go ahead and cut that out. Now, I do like to use my finger to stamp when I am stamping these tiny little stamps like this. This is just a little firefly. And now I'm coming in with the stitches stamps, which I've been wanting to do this for quite a long time, and make a little insect trail. So it worked perfect for this card. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my cow, my sassy little Southern Cowbell stamp, and there's lots of fun sentiments with that set as well. So you can see I stamped that out, and now I am going to get some Post-it tape, and I am going to stamp it on the Post-it tape in the area that I know I'm going to want to cut out a mask. So I went ahead and adhered the Post-it tape to my mouse mat in the Misty, and then I'm just inking up the stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp right on that Post-it tape. Now I'm not worried about this being a perfect impression. It doesn't have to be. I just need to make sure that I can see the lines where I need to use my scissors. Here, what I wanted to mask off was everything other than the cow's skirt. So I'm going in and I'm cutting out the cow's skirt, and then I can put my Post-it tape over the top of my cow. Now I did color my cow off camera, and I will list down below all of the different products as well as the Copic marker colors that I use to color the cow. So once I get that Post-it tape down over the cow, and you can see you might want to wait a little while so that the ink has a little bit of time to dry. I'm going to go ahead and add Post-it tape where I need to, just to make sure that when I stamp down with whatever stamp I'm going to use, in this case I'm using a gingham pattern stamp, which is really cool. I just need to make sure that it's not going to get onto my cute little cow anywhere. So you want to make sure that you have everything covered that stamp is going to hit. Do press down really hard, and it does take usually 2 to 3 stampings for me to do this when I'm using the Post-it tape. If you use something thinner like a masking paper to do this same technique, it doesn't generally require as many stampings. So then you just pull off the masking, and there you go. Look how cool that looks, that patterned skirt with the cow. All right, so now I'm using the coordinating die to go ahead and cut out my cow, and now I'm going to finish my background. This is a fun technique. It's similar to the eclipse technique. So what I've got here is my background, and it's cut to a mini slimline size, and I've gone around with some blue and some green. The blue to represent the sky, green to represent the grass, and this is going to tie in to that panel that I cut out earlier. See, now I'm going to go around the edges of this with that same green I used, and then also around the top edges with the same blue that I used. So I'm going to pop this up onto that background you saw just a minute ago so it eclipses it essentially. But it's a little bit different because you're going to have kind of a bolder, brighter edge to this panel that I'm working on there. So you'll see in just a few minutes. So off camera, I went ahead and cut out 3 of the word die, the bless your heart word die, which is just hilarious. And I've layered them up. And now I'm going to adhere them onto my card. I have my cow set there just so I can get an idea of where I want to place the words. I glued them down with the liquid adhesive. And now I'm popping up my cow with a bunch of foam squares. So I've got it where I want it. I'm just making sure that it's lined up with the word dies, that I can see the grass, all of that good stuff. So I'm trimming off just a tiny bit of the edge of my panel, my background panel. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to have a teeny tiny white border all the way around it. So it's about 1/16 of an inch all the way around, maybe even a little less. I just wanted a tiny little sliver on this card. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this directly to the card base. Now, once I get that down, I'm going to pop up the other panel on top. So that's where I think it reminds me of an eclipse technique. You'll have to let me know down in the comments if you guys have done this, if you like this, what you think. I think it turned out really cute. So once I get that guy on there, it's starting to really come together now. I decided that I still needed something and I wanted to add a little bit of bling. So I came in here with some really light blue confetti, and this came from the Cozy Winter confetti pack. I like to pull out confetti from my different packs and have them coordinate with the card, and I thought this went really well. It's kind of iridescent and a light blue, and I just put 5 down on the card. I like to use odd numbers, and you can see they're just all the way around that sentiment. All right, now on the inside, I've got my card taped open, and I'm using some pigment ink here. I did stamp off twice just because I wanted to make sure I had a nice crisp impression when I went ahead and stamped inside my card. And that's one of those fun sentiments I was talking about. It says, "Aren't you just precious?" So here's the finished card, guys. I think it turned out really super cute. I love how sassy this set is. Definitely check it out. I hope you'll join me over on the Whimsy Stamps Facebook inspiration group. You also can follow Whimsy Stamps on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Until next time, happy crafting.